Today I have two very popular models from Mercedes-Benz, GLE 450e plug-in hybrid and regular GLE 450. We'll compare the two, talk about the pricing on both of them, so you can make a decision which one you should buy after watching this video. So I have both GLEs here, and again, silver. We have silver GLE on the right. It's a plug-in hybrid and GLE 450 with a 6-cylinder. I have on the left, it's black on black. But I want to emphasize, when you look at them, please do not be confused with the front grille difference that they have. This one has the AMG line look, and this one doesn't. It has the base look of the front and some of the other things on the exterior of the car. This is just an optional package. You can have that silver car look on this black car, and vice versa. That package is 3,500, called AMG line exterior package. So please do not be confused. This is not one major difference between them. They look the same. On the left we have basic look, on the right we have AMG line look. Okay, I hope that was clear. Now let's look at GLE 450. GLE 450 was first introduced as a 2020 year model, and it's one of the best representation of Mercedes-Benz with very smooth ride. It's got 375 horsepower. It's got 6-cylinder mild hybrid engine, and it's been always my favorite GLE model. I didn't get why people buy GLE 350, except that it's a little bit cheaper, but it's more power than GLE 350 originally. It's better fuel efficiency originally. The reason why I say originally, because now GLE 350 also has mild hybrid engine. It's a little bit smoother than it used to be. It's better in all sides. So now there is even bigger gap between the two, so it might make sense to buy GLE 350. But not about GLE 350. Today we're talking about GLE 450. So difference number one is the engine. We have GLE 450 with the 6-cylinder, 375 horsepower, not equivalent, but similar power in GLE 450 plug-in hybrid, but it's based on the 4-cylinder. Let me show you the engine. By the way, if you see any value in this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And for more content, please follow me on Instagram, where I post more deals on our cars and more content that you won't see here. My link is in the description. So this is GLE 450 plug-in hybrid. Let's dig a little bit deeper into what plug-in hybrid means. Instead of talking about it, let me show you the electric ports that GLE 450 plug-in hybrid has. So it will run about 50 miles on electric power only, and yes, you don't need to necessarily plug it in to charge it. It can drive on the gas only on that 4-cylinder engine that I just showed you if you ran out of power, but you can charge it with the level 3, which is supercharger, in 30 minutes, 5 hours in with the 220 outlet, and about 20 hours with your kitchen outlet 110 volt. So I hope that is clear. Now GLE 450, it has different engine. It has 6-cylinder, it's mild hybrid engine, but please do not confuse it with the plug-in hybrid. It has nothing to do with charging it. It works just like a regular gas engine, and it has a lot smoother ride, in my opinion, than GLE 450 plug-in hybrid. Interior is the same, seats are the same. Let me show it to you here. This one has the panorama. It's an optional equipment. Okay, difference number two. GLE 450 has more space inside. And yes, some of the GLEs come standard, and I shouldn't say standard, come optional with the third row. This one has the third row. But when you put the third row down, you will see that you have more space in the GLE 450. Now GLE 450e, and it says it here, E, additional letter here. You have less trunk space, so it's a little bit higher, your trunk floor, I guess I should call it, a little bit higher here, and no underneath compartment for the spare tire and some additional space. This is where you have your charging cable, so it comes with the car. So that's your charging cable, and that's your adapter for 220 and 110 volts. And yes, GLE 450 plug-in hybrid does not come with the third row. So that was the difference number 3. Now, the size is the same. Amount of options that you can choose is the same, except maybe the third row that I already described. Even the same price, I'm talking about the base price, $71,350. So as far as the space in the second row, again, they have the same space. This car doesn't have the soft close doors. It's an option. Highly recommend these cars. Both cars are built in Alabama, United States. For those patriots that like to have their cars built in United States. By the way, they build these cars for the rest of the world in the United States as well. I've been at the factory and I remember seeing this diesel GLE that I know is not produced for American market. And I remember seeing the car kind of on the side with the steering wheel on the right side instead of left side, and it says diesel. And I'm like, what is this car? Is this a defected car? Well, then I was told that they built these cars for the rest of the world, so it was probably gone to England or something. But what do we have here on the side? Any difference between the GLE 450 and 450e? Well, there is no difference as far as how they look and packages that both models offer. But there is one difference here in the modes that they offer. GLE 450e will always start in electric mode, and you can see your range right here. Right now it's not fully charged, so it says 21 miles available out of 50. And we have a battery hold mode where you can maintain all the available charge for a later time. We have electric mode. It will run on electric power only if your car is charged. You can charge it by plugging it into the outlet with those cables that I showed you, or by regenerating the power by itself. It will do it, but it will do it very slowly. Then you have hybrid mode. It will switch between gas and electric power. You have sport. It will combine the two, but you will hear the engine working. And this is the main difference between the two. Let me take it for a drive so I can not only tell you but show you as well. The reason why I love GLE 450, and I was saying that it's one of the best representation of Mercedes-Benz experience because of the smooth and quiet and cloud-like ride with the GLE 450. And I think GLE 450e doesn't quite delivers that same experience. You know what I like about GLE 450e though, that it has that instant electric torque power. So let's say if you drive it in the city and you mainly drive 0 to 40, this is the perfect car. It is slightly slower. It's like 5.6 seconds 0 to 60 versus 5.3 in 450, but off the line it's slightly faster than GLE 450, and that's exactly what you need in a, driving it around town. But in GLE 450e, you kind of hear the engine working too hard, unless you're a very calm driver and you pretty chill, driving on electric, trying to save your money. It's perfect for someone who drives about 50 miles a day and can be disciplined enough to charge it every night at home. And this way you're gonna save some money on gas, you're gonna take advantage of the electric range, and you don't really need all that power. So right now I'm driving on electric, I'm pushing the gas pedal pretty well, and it delivers good performance. So I actually like it the most in electric mode. So if you're that person and you just need it for commute, you will drive it in electric mode most of the time, and you would like to transition to electric car eventually, so it will be a nice transition for you. So if you want take car for a long trip, you don't think that you will be disciplined enough to always keep it charged in your garage, then GLE 450 is your car. Also, the GLE 450 has higher range of the gas miles. I'm talking about how much gas you can put and how many miles you can drive on the gas than the GLE 450e. Now, it works different when you lease the car. There is two factors that affect it, is your manufacturer and rebates. So this car right here does not have any rebates, and the car behind me, the GLE 450e, does. So let's see how it reflects on your lease payment.
Let's take a look at GLE 450. First, we have MSRP of the car, discount. If you have LLC, a company that you can put the car under, registered under, you can get $2,000 incentives from Mercedes-Benz. So that's on top of dealership contribution. So this is just the dealership contribution, and it might change depending on availability and programs. Selling price, you can see the down payment here for 48, 60 or 72 months financing term. No special APR, so this is Mercedes-Benz APR. There are other banks that we can, or you can get financing with, and I've seen as low as 5% APR, but it depends on your credit, and it's other banks that they don't advertise it, so we have to submit it and see what happens. Lease based on 10,000 miles on a GLE 450 looks like this without your tax, so you want to add $80 to $120 or maybe less depending on where you live, and your payments on 39 months. It's a better program than 36 because Mercedes-Benz gives you the same residual, but you can stretch out the payments for a longer term. And if you upgrade to another Mercedes, you can return the car 3 months earlier. And we have 48 months. That doesn't really make sense in this particular case with your residuals here. And Mercedes-Benz does offer slightly better manufacturer on GLE 450 versus GLE 450e. We have 0.00249 manufacturer. You can multiply it by 2400 to figure out your APR. And let's take a look at GLE 450e. We have the price, discount, and selling price, your finance options, and we have a lease here. It shows as a discount, but on the contract it will be shown as money contributed by the Mercedes-Benz or the dealership. So it serves as the cap reduction and goes towards the down payment, the $7,500. So that's why the lease payment is slightly lower on GLE 450, even though the car is about the same price. And GLE 450e doesn't have as good as the manufacturer is 0.00280 on GLE 450e, but because of the rebate of $7,500 that you only get on the lease on GLE 450e, you get your monthly payment slightly lower, and that's your residual. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.